Hi, everyone. I just want to say for all of you that are just joining, welcome. For all of you that have come along on this journey with me, also welcome. I had an experience last week that fundamentally changed me. I have been opening doors, it seems like, since September 18th. September 18th, I opened a door to not living in fear. And then a couple of weeks ago, I opened the door to my freedom of my spirit, telling my story. And last week on Threads, my beautiful Threads people, my spirit woke in the most beautiful way. It flooded me with what I can only say when I had my first experience, my spiritual experience last year. It blew my mind. It literally unplugged my computer. And this time, last week, I knew what was happening, and I used every single thing in my arsenal to be able to handle it. Now, I know some of you that have been watching the videos might be like, what is she talking about? All I can say to you is those that know me know that I am not a person to elaborate, boast, or lie. I'm the worst liar ever. You can just tell because everything's on my face. I am telling you that I am reborn. That's the only way I can describe it. I've had near-death experiences, so many. I have faced death. I have faced my own thoughts of suicide in 2013 and was saved by a voice. I was in a car with a really good friend. Probably shouldn't have been in a car. It was a stranger, a guy. And we got driving and he was going super fast, slammed into a concrete wall after an exit. He parked the car behind a McDonald's. My friend and I got out of the car and walked away. And later on at my parents' house, got a knock on the door. Cops were at the door. And the guy shot himself. So he had a gun in the car. He had every intention to die that night. And he could have taken me and my friend with me, but he didn't. I was saved. Another time I was living in South Dakota, and it was rainy, icy, and I worked on the top of a mountain in a casino called Silverado, and I was coming down off the mountain, and my car just flew right off the mountain and plopped into a snowbank. And I got back on the road, and this huge logging truck, like the ones with the humongous logs, was coming down right behind me. And I don't know what it was, but a car was able to stop. And so I just flew off the mountain, landed, survived, not a scratch. I can't remember who picked me up. I can't remember how I got, I know I got home because we went and got my car later, but I don't remember who saved me that night. I have no recall whatsoever of a person that saved me. But again, I was saved from flying off a mountain. And then last year, during my spiritual experience, literally slamming into a snowplow, again, walked away without a scratch. And I survived. And last week, I literally feel like because somebody out there started listening to what I was saying, like a fire got lit within me And it was burning bright with truth, with wisdom, and with a whole lot of honesty and a ton of peace. So I've been talking to my Threads people and making my art. So you guys have seen on my other social media, my poetry by Rose. That's like all flowing through me right now. And what brings me to this of facing death and being reborn is that which made me said, you have something to give this world. But you needed to have all those hurdles, all those struggles, everything, so somebody could relate to you. If I had nothing in my past that I went through, why should you even listen to me? If I don't know how it is to have everything taken away from you, why should you listen to me? If I don't know what it is to be lost and alone, why should you listen to me? If I feel like I have been in a battle forever with no hope, why should you listen to me? So he gave me this cup. He gave me my voice. And he said, what are you going to do with it? So I gave him me. The key to me. I had to get out of my own way to let that who created me the space to come through. And here's the thing. It is not who created me that is making my fire. It's me. Because he created me. He gave me all of the sweet sauce to do what I do. Because all of us have our own artistry that we can give this world to make it a better world. And this just happens to be mine. So I gave him the key and I got out of my own way. And I left the old me behind. And I had to go through everything. But this person, I had embraced who I was before because of her strength, because of her courage, because she never gave up. I feel like someone has been trying to break my mind my entire life until it finally did. And even with my mind being broken, I never gave up. I stood up and said, no, I am worthy. So I gave my past self, my little ladybug, this is who I was yesterday. I give him that. And this is who I'm becoming, the rose. And I give him that. And what he gives to me, I totally accept. Because it might not be money. Because what I feel inside with the amount of peace I feel is better anything that you could find under the ground or in a store. My material became immaterial. Everything in this cup is the only thing that matters to me. So how does this pertain to you? So the 7 levels of being human, we talked about the first level being human, the second being your own healer, which that's what I've done. And the third is to be a teacher. And when I came through on Threads and started to speak, I became a teacher. When I went to the University of Wisconsin-Superior and I was going for my teaching degree, because that's all I wanted to do is teach people. Ever since I can't even remember, I've been having dreams of being in front of crowds and helping people and having the most motivational speeches. If you talk to any one of my children, I am constantly was giving them motivational speeches. The only thing that I was lacking is what was inside of me. I was saying all the right things, but I didn't feel those things I was saying. I wasn't doing those things. It's like telling a kid not to swear and you're swearing. It's all talk. It's no action. And I'm all about action right now. So now we come to you. How does the levels of being human pertain to you being a teacher? And there's two things. You teach people how to treat you, and you teach people how to act around you. And we'll get back to that. But I'm going to start with my story and how I want to be a teacher to everybody, to everyone that listens. Because when you come to my classroom, I don't care where you are in the country, in the world. I don't care if you live homeless or if you live in the biggest, most fancy mansion. Everyone has to come to what I'm giving, my wisdom, the knowledge that I'm giving you, all have to come in the same. All of you are the same in my eyes. That is like me being a parent, and I have 4 children, and all of them are beautiful and unique and different. And I said, well, because this one disagrees with me, he's pushed to the side. No. You love every single one of your children, no matter what they do or they don't do. You come with love. Love is always the answer. The number one on being a human is love is always the answer. So now I'm going to become your teacher. If you're still watching this, if you lasted more than the 30 seconds, then maybe you are ready for what I have to offer. If not, I'm okay with anyone walking away from my classroom. I am not attached to the outcomes. I am not online after I make these videos or I do my art or I do my challenges on TikTok. I'm not here. I go into the classroom, I say my lesson, and I leave. Because as a good teacher, if you're sitting there and you're giving everyone what they should be thinking and staying behind class and making sure they get what you're trying to do, then you're not allowing them to learn. You can't get where I'm at without work. And it doesn't matter if you're the poorest person or the richest person. You have to do the work. You have to do every single thing that I've laid out so far, and you have to take it in small bites. Because you can consume all of it, but never know any of it. Take the lessons. You might be on the gratitude video for a year. Or you might be on gratitude for 2 days and it transformed your life. Like we were saying with the self-care video. You're the one that has to take care of you. How these levels work for you, this level might take a year. This level might take 10 years. This level might take your lifetime. If you're in it, you're in it. And if you're not, you're not. If you go and say, well, it's not for me, then it's not for you. So now let's get to the lesson. When you go and do this work, the first thing I work with is the mind. Because the mind is what is corrupted. If you think about it, the world that we live in right now, can you really say what your opinion is without somebody lambasting you or labeling you or telling you, oh, because you think this, you're this person? What environment are we creating for growth? What are we creating for conversation? We have some of the greatest minds probably living in our time, and we can't even have a conversation. Things need to change. So I'm going to be part of that change. I'm going to be maybe the first one that's going to say what I need to say, and people can turn off. That's what's nice about social media, is that you can flip right by and it doesn't really matter. So in order to work on your mind, that which I gave created me, now this is going to represent you. And this key is to you. Okay? Now you're following. When you are born, this is my little kid shoe. When you were born free of any downloads, because you can't comprehend the word, right? Because you're just a baby. You're in the hands of your parents, but you don't understand anything. You're probably the closest to that which created you than we are. But after you grow up and you start to understand what the word means, somebody starts downloading to you hopes, fears, worries, doubts, joys, pains, childhood traumas, whatever. And they download all of this to you, knowingly and unknowingly. And you let them, because you're a child. A child that has this happen, it is not your fault. I do not blame my children for anything. I was their parent, and I wasn't a very good parent. Sometimes you can hurt somebody like a slap on the face, but sometimes when you just say words, they can end up hurting you even more deeply. A careless word because you were stressed. So we download to our kids. And then our kids grow even more. And this hand represents outside people. Anyone outside. Governments, religion, your neighbor, your friends. And you're getting downloaded all of their hopes, their fears, their childhood traumas. And it's all being downloaded into you. Because the hand is on the outside source. And here's what I want to do. I want you to grab you and pull it from any outside influence. And I want you to hold your own key to your kingdom, which is right here in your heart. And you start downloading what you need, and you start taking away what you don't. You hold your key. When you take control of the one thing that you can control, which is you, nobody from the outside can ever influence you again. And here's the thing. Once you unplug for outside sources and you start to figure out your own mind and you start to take things off the desk, start putting things in here that you want to be in here, you may find that you have the similar beliefs, you have the similar outlooks and everything, but you took a look at it observationally to figure it out. Because we are all beautiful vessels. These are my two. I got this for my birthday last year, and I got this for myself for my birthday for my 50th. But we are beautiful vessels from all over the world. All unique, all beautiful, giving something different with each one. And what I want to do is I want to be a warrior for you. And these are ceremonial. But I want to be that warrior that says, hey, you can do this. I believe in you. Because that which recreated me is letting me have my voice, my words, to help you. And here's the thing. My weapon, my only weapon, is love. That which is creator of love surrounds themselves with love. If you bring love to the table, love will be there for you too. So I have my lighthouse built. And you can see it burning now. And here's the thing about my light, is I am going to protect it like any warrior defending their country. Because this is the country of me. Burning bright, actually hot to the touch. And I am the only one that can put this out. You are the only one that can put your light out. So what do I give to you? I give you this bowl. And what do I put in your bowl? Because I can't put me in your bowl. I can't. I can't put all my knowledge in this bowl. Because first of all, it's too heavy. And second of all, you can't take someone's knowledge. You just can't. Like, unfortunately, if you've never been a mother, how can you understand the perspective of a mother? You have to go through it in order to have the knowledge of it and then the wisdom that comes later. So what do I give you? I give you the instrument, and this is my knowledge that I give you. These are the lessons, this is the art, these are the challenges. Anything on my social medias, I'm giving you to light your fire. And I have access to everyone in the world. No one is barred from my classroom. All are welcome. And I give you my love. I bring my love to every single person in this world. If you are human, if you come in the world like me, and you will die like me, and you bleed like me, then you're my people. Everyone welcome. Because you're my family. And that which made all of us is holding all of us in his hands. Because he sees us. This is a person that saw me. She saw life in colors, and she drew this for me. It's beautiful when people see you, truly see you. And then for me, I am not above you. I am not below you. I am with you. I am beside you. I am not better than anyone else in this world. I did the work to get here, and you can do the work too. Anyone in this world. If you're homeless and you're living in the woods, or you're in the most beautiful mansion, you can do this. You can find eternal fire. You can find eternal peace. But it's through honesty that you have to get the truth. And I want to say that I respect where I've come from. I was born and raised Catholic. This is my mom's rosary that she died with that my brother at the funeral gave to me. I respect all religions. I do. I don't subscribe to any of them. And the reason that I don't is because if you say, I am this, then that means that I am only for that person and not for the world. My church is nature. It only gives to me. It never takes from me. And I always get the clarity that I need. As my father said when we would go fishing, he goes, this is the one place that I can go that I don't have to think. It nourishes me ever since I was a kid and I did not get the attention that I needed from my parents. I would go outside. I was outside more than I was inside. But I respect everyone having their own religion because I don't want you to think like me. I don't want you to act like me. I don't want you to emulate me. I want you to find your own fire. Build your own lighthouse. Make it the way that you want to make it. Build the foundation with the 5 habits that I gave you. And with the 7 levels of being human, working yourself up to level 7. And here's the thing, they're happening simultaneously. And I also want to say that I believe in the philosophies. These are the praying beads that I also got from my yoga instructor, teacher. Because all the philosophies, seriously, every single greatest mind have something to give. Go study. Go find what intrigues you, what brings you down different paths. You may find that a passion gets lit in you. There's something out there for everyone. But here I give to the people that have this knowledge, find a way to let all your students come in the door, because you don't know if a teacher, your teacher, would come through your door, but because you didn't allow entrance, you missed out on an education yourself. So now, with my newfound light, I have to nourish myself. When I'm going to be doing the work that I'm doing here for all of you, I have to take the time to make sure my message that I'm sending is pure. And that means it has to go through my filters. And if I'm sitting here talking to you, I have to make sure that there is nothing muddying my waters. So again, I will not be online. Probably hardly. I will only be online to do my messages, my art, check on things, but I will be in and out. I'll be like a little fox, coming in, get what I need, checking on everything, and then I'm out. I'm not meant to be anything more than what I give you. I can only feed you these items. And those that come asking for things, when they don't even go through what I'm offering, you're insulting me and you're insulting yourself. When you go and ask somebody for something without even having any interest in them, what does that say about what's going on inside of you? And I'm not saying that the causes that you have aren't relevant, but if you listen to my story and what I'm trying to do, is one person's pain any less than somebody else's? Is there, if I'm going to be a voice for everyone, do I say, well, I help this country, or I help this charity, or I help this individual? I'm saying somebody is better than somebody else in my eyes. And I can tell you this, no one is better in my eyes than anyone else. Just like my 4 children, I love each and every one of them. And I will never hurt my children again. Do no harm. Do no harm. So I'm going to have my people. These are my people that I go home to, so I can be the rose to all of you when I'm here, and you have my spirit. You have my light with you. But I go home and I'm just mom, or I'm just Jennifer. And the people that aren't in here that are trying to, I think that you always need to build trust on both sides. And sometimes that takes time. But I think anything worth building, if you have time, love, and patience, then you will get there. You start with forgiveness and you work your way up. Like last week on TikTok, we did our forgiveness challenge. So I leave you with the gift of my mistakes. This is an art that I made during when I was at the halfway house, and one of the ladies was really sweet and she was like, Jen, I got an art project. I'm like, really? And I was like, okay. So it was kind of like the message, see your path and just keep going. No matter what hurdles come your way, just keep going. And then I have my poetry of today. Ever since my threads, my fire is lit, people. I am ready to go. I'm ready to bring it to all of you. And here's the thing, I'm going to bring my truth. I'm going to bring my honesty, because any teacher does. Don't bring your stuff. When I come into this room, I leave every of my opinions out that door because they're irrelevant. When I come to my classroom, I am teaching my students how to think for themselves. Yes, hear me. So I suggest you pick your own apples. I'm leaving you a bunch of fruit, like we were talking about the tomatoes. I grew my tomatoes, I nourished them, I watered them, I took care of them, and they produced the most wonderful salsa that my husband made and some marinara. Take my fruit, the knowledge that I give to you, and take what serves you and throw out what doesn't. And I can tell you, the first apple that you get will be bitter. It will. It will. Honesty, like if you watch my honesty video, that's harsh. It is. Like having those conversations with people, it's some bitter fruit. But you have to eat each bite in order to get truth. In order to hold the apple of truth, which is bitter and sweet, you have to pick up that honesty apple and you got to eat it. But I can tell you, once you do, and you come to this side of peace, this side of literally being held in the most awe-inspiring hands. This is all about love. People, this world needs more love. Let's be creators of love. Let's give our children, our precious babies, love by our kindness. We are all capable of it. And our sweet earth, I went to Lake Michigan yesterday to prepare for this. This is what I found just laying on the beach. And this is supposed to be here on the beach. A bird can't pick up its own feather, but we can certainly pick up our own trash. Do your part. This isn't a guilt speech. This is to pick up your own trash. We pick up our own trash. There's a lot less trash in the world. So I leave you with this. I wrote myself a letter, mailed it to my business, and this card has what I need from it, because the number one support system, this whole journey that you're going to take, is you. So anytime I need the encouragement when things get hard or tough, or I have to learn a lesson, or I have to take time for myself, I'm going to open this letter and it's going to remind me why I'm doing this. And then with all of my yoga classes, let's take a couple of breaths together before we finish this lesson. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. I say namaste. My peace I give to you. Go out in this world and teach people how to treat you and teach people how to act around you. If you are teaching people to disrespect you, then that's what you will get. If you're teaching people to fear for you, then that's what you'll get. And if people act a certain way around you, it's because that's what you're looking for. Search for what you want, because you'll find what you need. Love to you all. I'll see you next week for level 4. The 7 levels of being human is a student. Me, forever a student. I am constantly learning, even till this day. We are never a true master until your student becomes one too. Peace to all of you.